Oh boy, chat. I hope you're ready. Because we're just going to get right into it. Because somebody was telling lies. We're just going to get right to it, jump right in. I'm going to pull them up right here real quick like for you. Uh, June, are you ready to do this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Let's do this, chat. Let's get right to it. Let me just minimize that. We got our Discord here. Should be good to go. It's looking for my Discord. Cool. Pull up my window here. I think I lost it when I changed windows. So there we go. You should be up now. I got the chat.
All right, cool.
There. Perfect. So how was your day after the interview? Did you have a good one? Hit the gym? Did some nonsense?
Yeah, no, I had a good one. So I did more work on Medicare. Did some more I watched some more streams. Went to the gym. Came back, more Medicare, and I'm here now. So, I took a shower. I took a shower.
Okay, good,
too.
Good. Just need to make sure.
Now, gotta make sure.
Now, how was the interview with Phil earlier?
I think it was fine. You know what I mean? It felt pretty chill, and I don't think anything intense was asked. I guess as you said, it was cordial. So it went okay. I guess I don't know. I haven't seen the reaction yet.
Okay. Do you think he was a little long-winded in some of these questions that he brought up to you? They seemed like they looped back around a couple times.
I mean, that's just Phil though. Phil does maybe it's something he picked up from streaming for so long is he tends to just go on and on and on. And I really do think that's just something picked up from having to entertain for 8 hours. But yeah, those the questions were definitely very long. Yeah.
Now, it's very rare for people to interview or interact with Phil or touch the Vortex, as we call it, any which way. How was it interacting here in the Vortex?
Overall, through the process of research, I'd say not that bad.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of these guys are just regular people. You know what I mean? It gets a reputation because it's online and it has a lot of trolls. But at the end of the day, it's just regular people that have a hobby, I guess. There are your crazies that really latch on to theories, and I mean, I'm sure you picture a few people in your head whenever I say this that really take things really intensely. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there are definitely some people who are a little too serious here.
Yeah, but the people who really focus on the entertainment, I'm okay, yeah, they're pretty chill.
Okay, good. So overall, pretty good experience. Detractor side, Phil side.
Yeah, the most I ever see are I guess insults or whatever. Things are just you'd expect anywhere, right? It's just yeah. And so it's intense, but overall pretty chill, I guess.
So are you happy you're kind of doing your exit interviews here, kind of leaving the Vortex?
Bro, God, yes, man.
Okay.
Chill, intense, whatever it is. There's always something going on, and I don't want to be a focus of this place for very long. It's cool to interact and do these streams and such, but yeah, I'm ready to move on to the next videos and such, right? See, get more reaction from those, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, conquer a new horizon, I guess, a new journey.
Exactly, Dr. Disrespect, Lily Orchard, and Medicare. Yeah.
Which one of the three are you most interested in right now?
I think Medicare. I've never really done a video like him. You know what I mean? Because I feel most of the videos I do about are on people that are more so incompetent. I guess not really Dr. Disrespect because his is a whole different thing. I felt well, on Medicare, right? He definitely lives the life he wants to live, right? He definitely does everything he wants to, and it's all through his decision. He is in complete control. So for me, it's harder to I guess dissect some of his decisions just to get into I guess his mindset. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Jim's been around for a long time, from the early days of his aristocrat stuff to what he's doing currently. I mean, avoiding death at this point.
He'll just never die, man. Never.
I hope not. We'd all miss his laugh. That's for sure. It's probably the best thing
smoker he's got. Laugh. Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, the cackle, dude.
Oh, it's so good. So you did do a lot of different documentaries on different locales. You did your wings, your boogies, your LTGs. Now Phil, And which one was the most difficult out of any of those four?
Difficult.
Try to put together in an entertaining fashion for what we like to call around here normies.
Fail by far, man. Fail by far. There's so much you like have to like filter out, I guess, because okay, so if I'm trying to show like someone who Phil is, right? You don't really have to show like that over and over and over. So if I am trying to show that like maybe Phil might like, snort every now and then because he has that like nasal drip or whatever, I
Yeah.
really only have to show that like a compilation or address it once. But people like send me clips, hey, keep like he did this here, he did this here. I'm like, bro, like I only have to show these things like once so people can get that picture. Right.
Okay, yeah,
So
I'm following you.
there's like so some of that stuff is like, man, should I include this? Should I include that? Is this a waste of time? There's just so much that like it's hard to figure out the importance of some of these clips and stuff to include, I guess, right?
Yeah. Now, when you're deciding what goes on the cutting room floor and what goes into a video like this, do you factor in like the entertainment value, or maybe leave out more squeamish things? Because there were a couple topics there that I didn't see you cover more extensively. And for example, Derek comes to mind, or Phil's wife, Catherine, and her journey through the past few years.
So like so the for like Derek and Kat, I'm aware of Derek, right? And
Yeah.
Kat, so the reason is because I want to make the primary focus on Phil,
Okay.
right? The thing about Derek is I believe you sent me those was it the screenshots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them, like the little girl playlist and all the other stuff he was doing on Instagram. I mean, the list goes on and on.
So I mean, like that is that's pretty. That's some nasty stuff. I mean, but like the thing is, I only saw that screenshot. I didn't see like a source for it. Like I didn't see like a Wayback Machine, or I didn't see on his channel, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna like make these accusations or really go after someone like that, I also don't think like Phil should be responsible for this, possible pedophile. Like these people exist in like every audience, I guess.
You're right, but how would you deal with that personally? If say you were in Phil's shoes and Derek's been a blight on his chat, repeatedly spamming his chat, repeatedly acting out. I mean, Phil himself blocked Derek's Twitter because of the nature of what's on that.
Well, anyone that brings issues my way, I ban. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to deal with that shit, dude. Like,
I mean,
yeah,
he had to get his arm twisted off by Noel of the Kiwi Farms and Kino Casinos guys just to ban Derek. I mean,
yeah.
So I mean, any fan base deals with it. I'm sure you've had to deal with your fair share of odd people showing up to talk to you here or there.
I mean, yeah, like they're always in every fan base, but yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, people deal with these kind of things differently. To me, like, I know Derek was wasting his money on Phil, and that to me is a positive.
Well, it's a strange thing because it's really convoluted, but Derek really never spent money on Phil. Sure, he would watch ads on Twitch to collect bits to donate to Phil, or he was known for taking his mom's credit card at one time to donate to Phil. And Phil yeah, Derek took his mom's credit card, donated to Phil with the money, and then Phil said just not to do it anymore. He kind of dodged and deflect the whole idea that this guy took money when he was young, probably about 15, 16, from his mom to donate to him.
Wait, so I didn't know Derek was that young.
Derek's been watching Phil since 13. He was in his Facebook group. All sorts of weird stuff happens.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's where it gets kind of weird because it's like, Derek is, like, to me, mentally disabled, too. And I just, he's also, like, kind of like a private citizen, not really. I don't know, like, there's so many dangers in covering, like, this person and bringing it up. It's not really relevant to Phil, only to the people who have been watching him for that long, I guess. It's just, without the full picture, how do you handle that person? You know what I mean? Like, it's just better to, like, not to.
Yeah, that's fair, especially when you're trying to put a, very story-driven video together that encompasses 16 years of somebody's existence online.
Yeah, and also you also asked about like Kat. I don't know what I would include about Kat. She seems like very uninteractive, I
I,
guess.
for the most part, she doesn't want to be involved, as far as I can tell. I mean,
Yeah.
they did a couple streams. He got ahead of Mike Klum at one point early in that cycle before dumping the Klum doc, and they kind of revealed Kat and had her come back for the first time in 5 years, and she was a little more heavy set, let's say.
Yeah, I mean, like overall, like Kat seems kind of like more innocent in this. I don't want to like bring her or even like it just seems a bit like disrespectful to analyze her whenever she doesn't want to be like online. I feel I just didn't want to do that, I
Do you,
guess.
do you think she's involved with this at all? Like, do you think that she's aware of Phil's lies, even if they're the little white lies? Like, he promised her not to spend any more money on WWE champions or mobile games.
I really
What?
don't know. Like, I don't know. He doesn't really talk about her that often. I don't see them having conversations. But for what I think, there has to be some kind of like conversation, right? Because I'm
Okay.
forward with like my partner, where like things are like
Yeah,
so.
I would hope so.
Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like he is to an extent, but it's hard to really speculate without like any information to really go off of like between them. I guess, right? Like I just I don't know.
Do you think Phil's life online really kind of impacted his own personal social growth at this point?
I think it does to everyone. Like if you go online and you kind of like build a fan base, there's this saying that I'm not sure like how much I believe in it, but it's like the age you become famous, whatever is the age you stop like growing like as a person. And I think what that refers to is like maybe the interaction with fans. It's like why change if you're being fed such a dopamine and like acceptance, which I do think Phil has changed. I do think he has become less aggressive over the years. I do see that change.
Okay. How else do you think Phil changed? Do you think that his current redemption arc has any merit to it? Or is that as much bunk as you've said in the past on Twitter?
His so the arc. I mean, I think he's understanding how to curtail his streams to be entertaining to a wider audience. Right? He's trying to engage more in drama, which will reach new people, but it's also like a very dangerous game to play, which is why I don't like playing it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to attract more and more different dramas and different people to show up if he continues down this route. I mean, Ethan Ralph's just one of them currently, who's kind of
Yeah, I
knocking
saw
at the
those
door.
tweets. That's quite the game to play, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just don't know if it's the right game for Phil to play currently. I mean, he seems to have vacated his old fan base to pick up and run with the guys from Kino Casino during this whole redemption idea.
Did he vacate? How? How did he lose his old fans?
It just seems like he's alienating them more and more to focus in on the drama and not so much more on his bread and butter gameplay.
Oh, the gameplay. I mean, I guess those fans. I think like they're kind of like just stuck to him. I mean, as long as he keeps streaming, I don't see those fans really going anywhere. They're just like comfort viewers. You know what I mean? Like if they've been watching him for the past 14 years, why would they stop watching him now?
Yeah, I'm with you right there. I mean, I've seen
Yeah.
people be there forever and a half and they'll go nowhere and keep supporting Phil. And Phil knows it. Said as much during his quartering interview.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
when Phil finally revealed his that he's down from the rafters and that the WWE Champions account finally came up and finally got talked about in reaction to your portion of the video, how do you feel about Phil's addressing of this issue, and how do you think he sold that account like he claims to have?
I don't know. Like that's one of the things I can like really only speculate without like much information. He might have not. Like if you lie so much, right? And you lie for like 7 years on something so strange, I guess people are like really like focused on it. Like people are just generally not going to believe you. I don't know what to think. I don't know what the um evidence is for it or like without, you know what I mean? Like I don't know.
I mean, his current login streak that is 7 years running pretty much has been remained unbroken. despite him selling it, allegedly.
I guess that is a piece of information. So if he were to sell it, the person would have to like log in the day of. But that might also be one of the benefits because like in most games, the login streak gets like stronger the longer you keep it up. So that could have been like a selling point for the account too.
I mean, it's possible, but most of these third-party accounts usually selling pennies on a dollar, and I think that Phil's account probably he spent about 210,000, maybe more at this point. And I'm just kind of
Right.
lowball estimating from years of speculative spending on his part.
Wait, do they sell for pennies?
They really, when you invest that much money into them, you're probably getting at most like $300 back.
Is there like a website that sells these accounts? Or I really wonder how to like keep up with the
There are
deal.
a few of them, and from what I've looked up, is you have to go through some different channels. You have to like make a fake like Facebook account and transfer it over to that ownership to that Facebook account, and then set it up through the Line app and other various apps to make sure it works on your own phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because like I know like with MMOs and such, you can sell those accounts, and MMOs are like more time investment than like money investment, and some can go for like thousands of dollars. I really don't know like what it is on the mobile space. This is something that like I know more will come out in the future, right? I think there'll be like more of a closer answer to whether it is he did or didn't sell, because people in this community are like they'll never stop like looking more and more into things, right? That's kind of like part of it.
I think that's definitely part of it, especially after you get a little more truth to it and you finally get an answer that yes, Phil has currently lied to his fan base and lied to everybody else to this point. You know, why would he stop lying?
Yeah, but that's also like a careful game to play because you don't always want to. At least like whenever you're making a video, I'm not saying like a person, like like as a viewer, but whenever you're like making a video, you do want to be careful, even if a person has like such a poor reputation, because if you get such a serious thing wrong just because like they're a liar and use that like oh if they lied about like something in the past, it can really like damage like let's say like your credibility, right? But as for a viewer, I completely understand it, like that line of thinking too.
Do you think Phil lost some of his fan base from actually coming clean for once?
Yes, I do.
Now, do you think this has overall more repercussion in the future for him down the road, or is this him getting it off his chest and it'll eventually drop like most people have told him?
It depends how he handles it in the future, right? If he really does somehow like become like the master of like managing drama and bringing people to his streams, and I think people won't like care at all about the WW championships, even though there are elements around it that are like more serious, like the taxes, right? I don't think that's going to be ever like let go of, elements around it. But for the WW thing, I think going forward, that is possibly better for him because it allows things to move forward in the Phil sphere.
Okay. Now, when Phil compares himself to other locals in the way that he doesn't want to be one or assumes that he shouldn't be one, for example, earlier today, you guys brought up Wings, and you said that Wings has a good heart. He just kind of plays dumb, you know.
No, I think he is dumb, not plays dumb. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, all for it. But I really don't like trolling Wings. I think he's kind of a pathetic guy. He just stuck in his ways, can't get out of it. But how do you perceive Phil at this point in time? I mean,
I find him to be the most consistent in, I guess, habit, like consistent overall, just unchanging. I don't know, like he changes, but like the changes aren't significant because he always fires up a stream like what is it, 6 days a week? He is superbly consistent. He just like glides through life. In that, I think he is different from like let's say Wings or Boogie, right? Like they have like manic episodes or something like that really derails their life, and they just become like the ire of the internet for a bit. Like Phil just has this straight line that just never ends, and I just don't know if he can detach ever. So, your question was like how I see him right now, right? As a yeah. So I do see him as one, but I see him as a consistent one where he definitely has more control than his contemporaries.
So you see him as more controlling, as in over his chat, or as in self control.
Self control is a hard one,
Okay.
right? But I see him as definitely like smarter in some ways, more manipulative, like more effectively manipulative, if that makes sense. Right? You know
I
what I mean?
think it does.
Like Boogie might like be on Twitter and he'll be like, oh hey guys, I'm changing for the better. I'll you know, like the next month I won't do anything bad. I won't like whatever. And then like a day later he just flips and goes like really haywire. Right. I just
Yeah.
yeah. Whereas Phil will like genuinely have these arcs and stay his course for a period before something inspires like some smaller change.
Okay. Okay. Now, when we get past this and you finally get a break away from all of this and you finally get a rest, do you ever think you'll come back in the future to the
If people
Vortex?
want it, yeah, I mean, yeah, like I do make follow up videos and whatever, and if Phil wants to be part of it again, like sure that could be cool, but I think there's always like a opportunity for a second video with these people. You know what I mean? Like it could be like harder the more I like interact with them and such, and like build like I guess a back and forth. I mean, that makes it a bit like strange, but there's always an opportunity for a part two.
Okay. Now, when making this one, what was your biggest asset, your biggest tool that you went back to? You had like Pig Go you highlighted. I think you highlighted my boy Piece of Pieces spreadsheet. Maybe an insider detractor who might know more lore than me, or anybody else you talk to, like TJ Gamebox. Like,
I think TJ. So the thing about TJ is his interview was like amazing, man. Like the way he presented like the information in such a like concise and understandable way. The amount of receipts that he had. Because talking to a lot of people, they just like, oh, Phil did this. I'm like, oh, well, do you have the source? Like, no, well, he just did it. I'm like, what? What? Oh, thanks. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. But, you know what I mean? Like, but he was so solid and so on it. A piece of pieces, like, yeah, like all these different resources. It's really hard to pinpoint like one, but I do think like TJ's interview really helped. You know, like
okay.
bring that part together because a lot of Phil's history was kind of like established, where like the WWE champion stuff was like still like an ongoing like investigation kind of deal.
Yeah. Now, when you're doing this and you're talking to detractors and you're trying to get receipts, and then you go in to talk to Phil's fans, how difficult was it to find Phil fans that wanted to talk to you, and how difficult was it to actually convince them to record for your video?
So I definitely did not want to push them to. I had a few like reach out, but the primary like the way you I would start that is I had to verify that they are fans and not like trolls trying to like pretend to be fans, right? So that was a
Lurkers.
big like you know, cutting people off. And I'm sure there were some like that were fans but just couldn't prove it, right?
Okay.
So I'd find out one way or another that they had a connection through Phil, and then once I get to that point, I'd be like, "Are you comfortable with an interview?" I'll you know change your voice, you know, because I know like people go after these people, like
Yeah.
that's really strange to me. But you know, after that point, I tell them like what it's about. They seem pretty like well, once I gave them like what I would do and like you know laid out my plan for the interview, they seem pretty wanting. The difficulty again was just finding them, right? Once I talked to them, it's like okay, this guy wants an interview, got it.
Okay. And it went pretty smooth with those guys. You know, was it difficult for them to talk about how Phil acts or anything like that? Any rough questions that you were really pushing them for, or did you just want them to talk?
For the most part, I really just wanted them to talk. I wanted them to. I think a question that I wanted to like bring forth was the reaction to the WWE champions, and like at this point, like it wasn't 100% definitive, so they still believed it wasn't Phil, and I just wanted to see like kind of like at what point would they ever detach, right? Like these core fans, and a lot of them really did seem stalwart. They really seem like kind people. You know what I mean? Like there was no ill will. They were definitely like afraid. I felt like just kind of like bad. You know what I mean? Like these guys getting harassed where they latched on to a gaming streamer and they just wanted like they're just interested in the content,
Yeah.
right? And then they're getting harassed. Like they're getting like you know, yeah. I just feel bad for them. I just feel bad.
Now, when addressing Phil today, was it hard to not call him a liar?
I mean, I did call him a liar, like, we just had, like, a normal conversation, like I would with anyone, right? I really don't know, like, malice towards Phil. I think compared to other people I covered or even, like, men in life, he's just like a guy to me.
Do you think Phil would benefit more from having this kind of interaction that you did with the interview? Kind of just a simple person to person interaction. I don't think he gets that much.
Oh, man, like,
Pers-
anyone could benefit, like, if you just, like, go out and talk to people, right? Like, like, have friends, more, like, vibrant social life, and just get away from the internet, it can help, like, anyone, right? Just, like, different
Yeah.
walks of life, because people, like I said, there are people in this space, fans, detractors that take things seriously, and that can, like if you're in this environment for a very long time and your only social, outlet is this, it's hard to not be, like, curtail your personality around this, right? And think, like, just if your words are weighted in lead, right? And both people that love you and hate you treat you with such regard, I just think it's hard to be normal, right? It's harder to break out. It's a bad thing.
Okay. Do you, do, like currently Phil, from my eyes, doesn't have any friends, any social outing except for his stream. Do you think that has a bigger impact on him than his fan base does?
No. Oh, you mean fan base? Just
Yeah,
like
like
the people that actually like him.
yeah, in their social interactions, because you saw the Discord leaks a couple different times, and I'm sure that you saw that Phil pretty much treated his insiders like they were his just organic fan base.
His insider. So, well, the question was, which one's like more damaging? I guess, like not having like
Not
friends
having
outside of the.
friends or having should be back. We should be back. I'm sorry, Friday the 13th has struck. We got clapped by the demons. The corner demons caught us, but June is patient enough to stay here and stick it out. Sorry about that, June. Wasn't quite ready for that one to hit us. So, but we should be back up and running. And yeah, I'm not there for now. I don't think my camera wants to come back yet. I'll double check that here in a second. Just want to make sure that we're all up and running again. Okay, there we go. We are back. I'm sure June is definitely tired of it, of all the terrible things that have happened to us, and should get it all back and up and running. Oh, hold on. Oh, he can't hear me. Give me a second, Chad. We'll get this up running. That's weird. It's not reading that. Hopefully not. Fear. Let's try that. Hopefully we got you back there. Can you hear me now, June? No, still nothing. We got the blackout style stream. I know you can hear me, chat. We're trying to get through here. He says we can't hear him still, so I'm just going to disconnect and reconnect with him then. Join again, and hopefully we'll have a different setting. Apparently, the computer was very mad at me. Nope, still nothing. That should be it. I don't know. I guess we're getting banned. Who knows? Hopefully this is working. Oh, that's not working. Strange.
Hello, can you hear me? One eventually.
Okay. So no bee punching. And then what was for dinner tonight? That's usually the other big detractor question. Is what did you have for dinner tonight?
Oh, what did I have for dinner? I
Yeah.
don't know, man. That's kind of like, I don't want to get exposed for what I ate, but
I understand you got to protect your family.
yeah, man. That's kind of like a personal question, but like between you and me, right? It's
Yeah.
turkey sandwich.
A turkey sandwich.
Bro,
Not okay.
hey, gotta chill, dude.
Lunch
Gotta
meat
chill, man.
sandwich. Lunch meat sandwich. Got it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Write
yeah,
it
yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah. Well, I would never eat turkey. That's not me, dude. I would never do that. You kidding me? It's not me.
That's fair. So we got Medicare on tap next for you.
Well, kind of. I mean, like Medicare is kind of like over the next couple months. Next should be Doctor Disrespect or Lily Orchard. Yeah.
Okay. And you think you put a good one on Doctor?
I think decently. Like I definitely like cover like the rise of it. Like like all the things he did, all the cool things he did. I should say, right? Like between like the streaming and such, and not all the not so cool things he did between the cheating and the messages with the minor that haven't been released, but they're inappropriate as admitted by him. So yeah, I'm going to be including all that.
Okay. Okay. And you said you're watching some Medicare stuff lately. You're kind of digging into Medicare's territory.
Yeah, I'm deep diving into it all. I really was not like aware of how like I guess how deep blood sports went. You know what I mean? I really feel like man, he killed it. He's really like good at like banter, just going back and forth, just like quick witted, just on it.
Yeah, because
Right?
you saw him interact with the SOK.
Oh yeah,
oh, God, which is
that podcast,
video.
man.
Like
yeah, they're. Oh, go ahead.
No, go for it.
Like they're videos, man. They're like really hard to get to. I'm just like, oh fuck me, dude. This is getting like it's getting there. Like it's getting just hard to listen to. And that Medicare stream like really feels like it revived it. It felt like just Medicare's aggression towards them, and they're like not knowing how to react. It was like it was funny. It was good, right? That was like the one SOK video that like I kind of like was entertained by.
That's fair. I mean, he did 3 of them, I think, and that was probably the best one because he just blew them out of the water, and they didn't really have much of a response.
Yeah, they didn't have the retort. They were like too serious about it, and it just happens. Yeah.
Now you were talking about Lily. That's a vile human, as some of my chats pointed out. How do you tackle tougher subjects like that?
It really is hard. So with Lily Orchard, I just had to be like really careful. I'm just trying to be as respectful as I can while trying to expose her potential crimes, I should say, because God. So she wrote a My Little Pony, right? My Little Pony fanfic
You're right.
with gratuitous sex scenes. Like it's just like small story, big fucking page of sex scenes, sex scene. And not only like okay, so sex scenes, whatever, My Little Pony, that's kind of weird, right? And then you include like sex with minors, and then you include familial incest in it, and 720,000 words long. That thing is. I didn't even go through. I tried to get through a summary of it. I couldn't even get through the summary. I got 75% through the summary. I'm like, this is just I can't.
It's too much.
Everyone has their tolerance, and I really tried to get through that, but I was like, you know what? I have what I need. I have the points. She did write this. Boom. Like, I can't. Right. Like, it became too much.
And then further out in the future, do you think you would ever go back to doing gameplay stuff like you did way back in the day with the RuneScape stuff as kind of like a retirement hobby? Maybe start up a different channel or something like that. Like,
I mean, it's always like a possibility. Like my channel could like, if I felt like the passion for it, sure. But currently I don't really like see that. I really enjoy like the space that I'm in. But eventually, like if I run out of steam or just like get another interest, it's just whatever that other interest in. So if that's gaming, then yeah, like for sure I'll be like, yo, hey guys, gaming video ahead, I guess.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me for my lovely, disaster stream. I should really copyright and put it on merch at this point. But it is Friday the 13th.
It is par for the course.
We got there. We got through it all. And would you ever watch a restream of Phil? Did you ever check any of those out? Did you ever dabble, or was it straight from the source? If you ever watched a Phil
Um,
stream.
sometimes, like, especially before I figured out Pick Pick Go, that was the easiest way to, like, I guess, find them. But like a lot of them, like, they're not my cup of tea. They could be like really distracting with the sound effects and whatever. I'm just like, I'm trying to listen to Phil, and there's like a baby crying. I'm like, dude, like, some of them are just not my cup of tea. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, what is your cup of tea when it comes to gaming, though? Currently.
Gaming. Right now I'm playing Gran Turismo. RuneScape. RuneScape is definitely there. Uh, every now and then I'll dabble in Minecraft. You know, with some friends. We'll be like, "Yo, let's build this." Like, yeah, you know what I mean. Like, I've been like kind of staying away from like shooters. I used to play like a lot of like Call of Duty,
Okay.
but then that's kind of like worn down on me. Especially like once you became aware about like skill based matchmaking. I'm like, ah, man, it's just, you know, you have some good games, you're always gonna have some bad games, kind of deal.
All right. Yeah. No, I feel you. I've kind of coasted away from Call of Duty, adopted Destiny for a while. That's been my jam, and now I'm looking to other kind of shooters. It's my style with my buddies, and we really enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
like, so you pretty much, like, whatever, like, my like, as far as the multiplayer goes, whatever my friends find interesting, I guess. So, yeah, that's my general, taste in gaming, I guess.
Now, I'm a big music guy, and I see that Iron Maiden shirt you're wearing. Is that your favorite band?
No, it actually is not. I just like the shirt.
All right, favorite band currently.
Um, I'm gonna mispronounce it, but, Amon Amarth, right? They're
Okay,
like, Viking,
he
kinda
likes
like
the Viking metal.
yeah, yeah,
That,
yeah,
that's
it's
the
pretty
good
sick, dude.
stuff.
I'm going
That's the
through,
good
like, a Viking phase, you know, I'm watching, like, TV shows, like, the series Vikings, you know, I'm playing some, like, Viking or well, I was. I'm not really playing those games now, but, yeah, I'm going through that phase, man.
Okay, yeah, I feel it. I mean, personally, my favorite band of all time is Cake. They're kind of an alt rock group
Alt rock, okay, Cake.
from
Interesting name.
Sacramento, California. Yeah, they're interesting. They got some cool covers and stuff, but I think they go on the label as my favorite group of all time right now.
Alright, fair, fair. Yeah, no, my taste for music do, like, really change frequently, I'd say.
Now, last question for me: what do you like to do with your friends?
Um,
Your in real life friends.
my non-internet, nerdy friends, my real life friends, let's see. I don't know, man, just, like, hang around, like, you know, play games, you know, we'll drink every now and then, not very often, go out to eat, I don't know, just, like, basic like, nothing crazy, right, right. I there are content creators that do, like, consider friends, and like I like to go to like to VidCon with them, and then man, they're great. Like these people like you meet from like the online space. Yeah. So you know, I have like those set of friends, and I have like my personal friends. It's just I guess regular human stuff. Nothing really exciting.
So human style things, you'd say?
Human style things might be a bit foreign, but yeah, human style isn't that crazy? Am I just
Yeah.
so wild?
Do you ever unplug from the internet, like
Um,
for an extended period of time?
I haven't felt the need to because as you can tell, like I think like as a lot of like people can tell, I do keep like distance with like social media to an extent. I don't really I know I don't currently want to be too much in the limelight, so I never really like disconnect entirely because I don't feel the need.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair. So you have a nice little balance there between on the line person and then take it offline and just avoid touching any of the internet for a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. Like private life, public life. You know what I mean? Like treat things a bit differently, right? So I could just like I could feel like I'm just like a human and stuff.
Okay. So I think that wraps it up for me. I appreciate you staying on through all of my technical woes and getting through this. It was a great interview. Thank you for talking as much as you did. I know you didn't get the chance to talk earlier with Phil, which was a little disappointing, but it happens. So
Well, no, yeah, man. Thank you for having me on, man. Like this was cool. I plan to do two other ones, and then I'm just gonna disappear. Well, not really, but you know what I mean.
yeah, I do. So go and enjoy. That being said, on Sunday, I believe that's going to be your next appearance, as I've heard it. So
Yep.
big ups to the
Next one.
boys. So please go have fun with them, and I'll let you go. Thank you for being here.
All right. Yeah, no problem. I'll catch you later.
Yeah, have a good one. Oh, well, that was a fun time. Thank you for sticking it through, Chad. I really do appreciate that. It was something different. I did not expect my computer to crash twice due to large amounts of autism, mostly on my end. But I really do appreciate June for coming over here, being on both sides, really kind of letting things go. And it was a good time. It really was. So I'll stitch the interview together up and put it all up on one, and we'll go through it, and I'll let people come through it. But that being said, it is coming up on Sunday with Joon The King, so you'll see him again there, and I'm sure those guys are going to really hit him with the receipts. They might not be for dick measuring, but that's just how it's going to go. And yeah, apparently I have a lot of updates to do on my computer, something else. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me, guys. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you stuck through it. I'm glad we got a detractor style PC rolling in here. So I gotta definitely upgrade from Windows 8 or whatever I'm running right now. I don't know. I didn't look into anything. I'm not a tech savvy person. So yeah, that really kind of does it, guys. So enjoy watching Phil play some Marvel 2. I think that's what he's gonna go for tonight. I think that's really what he's gonna cut into, and it's gonna be rough. It really is. So enjoy it. I'm gonna go chill, grab a beer, hang out with some of the other homies, and we'll have a good time. So I'll see you guys soon. Okay. I'll see you. You're the best. You're the best chat ever. You really are. Thank you for all sticking it out, and I'll catch you next time.